And we're live. Hello, everybody. Let's see. I wish I set this up earlier so we could have had like notifications for people, but we're live to people, maybe. Hello out there in the world. Salutations, crustaceans. We are live here with Amp, the bass player, Chris Volpini, and Bully ThaKidd joins us at some point. He was invited, I swear. And this is kind of an impromptu live stream that I wanted to put together. I was kind of inspired by a comment on my PVT40 video where someone wanted to just have a discussion around, I guess, like weird classics, not necessarily like mainstream classics, but almost like cult classic basses and what we think will be the future of cult classic basses. I have some examples of ones throughout the years, and maybe we can talk about some of those, and you guys can give some examples, and then we can talk about some of the current basses that we think may be sought after a decade or two down the line. So let's get started. On my list, I have the PVT40 and like the Ibanez Roadstar.
I was going to say that one. I was totally going to say that one. And it's a bummer that Johnny's not here because he totally had one for a little bit.
Yeah, those things are just so cool. I guess you can just extend that bubble to like the 80s Ibanez's, where there's just a certain like mojo about them that you really don't find nowadays. And then more modern examples, going back to the mid-2000s, the Fender Roscoe Beck. Remember those? It had the two double K pickups and a 5-way selector switch to get like different combinations of stuff. Or maybe it was a 3-way and 2 little toggle switches. That's what it was. So you had like series parallel single coil or something.
I don't think I ever played one of those.
This is my first time ever seeing one of those.
It had its own body shape too, didn't it? It was kind of like a jazz bass, but not really.
And they go for money now. And you used to be able to like see them all day on Guitar Center, next to the Marcus Millers, and that's another one.
I was so into the Marcus Miller. I had so many of those basses. I modded one out. I love those.
And also the Urge. Remember the Fender Stewham, the Urge 2 specifically, the one with the 3 pickups?
I've never played one of those either.
You're busting out all the weird esoteric Fenders.
The Victor Bailey. I had a Victor Bailey.
Victor Bailey. That's what those go for money now. But yeah, you could find those pretty readily back in the day.
Yep. I had one. A 5-string.
Dang, they used to just slap all the pickups on these.
Yeah. Fender used to churn out some cool stuff.
The Steve Bailey 6-string.
The Bailey 6-string. Yeah.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I really don't love the look of mismatched pickups unless it's a PJ. And it's totally just one of those things where I'm just like used to seeing it. So that's okay. But like, I see a lot of people build Seric basses and they'll have like 3 different pickups on it. And I'm like, you messed it up. You messed it up bad. It doesn't look good anymore.
I don't know. I don't think you can make a Seric look bad though. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, to each their own for sure. But I don't know. Just the mismatched pickups. Cause like one will have like a pickup surround and another won't. And it's just like, you didn't even like try to like make them like look like they all belong together. I don't know. Just me being picky, but
speaking of Seric, though, I guess moving on to the topic of like future cult classics, I think that like today's Serics are going to be even more like sought after in 10, 20 years.
Well, even just between now and when I ordered mine, the lead time has doubled. Because it took me, I don't know, like 6 or 7 months to get mine, and we're well over a year out for new basses from Seric now. If you would try to order, they caught on in kind of a big way.
Well, it's increased demand plus decreased supply chain.
Yeah,
because I know like he uses hip shot, and I know for the longest time there was a huge wait on hip shot on all hip shot tuners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a poor man's Seric out of a Godin Dorchester, and I had to get 2 American hip shot and 2 licensed hip shot tuners for it because I couldn't find a set of 4 anywhere. It works. I mean, it works. I haven't been able to go pick it up because I got the plague, but it's
in the chat for Chris. He has running.
So in the chat here, BC Rich 581. Last year's of Padula. That's a great one. Those Padula basses were like you could pretty much readily find them back in the late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, stuff like that. And now people hold on to that. People hold on to those things good.
Are they still around making basses?
No, and they're out of Massachusetts too. And I'm like so bummed because like they closed their doors maybe like a year after I started the channel, and I'm like, no.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you hear about them all the time. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I had one and I got rid of it like a dum-dum.
310 Media here is asking, where do you draw the line for future classic versus current classic? So,
Reverb actually has a very specific definition for like vintage versus modern, and apparently it's like anything made before the 80s is considered vintage, and everything that made 90s on is considered modern or not vintage.
Just like anything before the year 2000s is classic rock now.
Well, and like, yeah, right. But I do wonder, is that line going to shift as we go forward, or does it just kind of stay there? Right? Are we going to consider like 90s stuff classic to the same degree that stuff before that has been? Does it just like keep like this like steady march forward as time goes on, or do we just say like, nope, vintage always just like stays there?
That's a really excellent point, because you think about how much of the bass market right now is still focused around the 60s and the 70s, where even that was probably, I think that was still the case, like even 20 years ago and stuff. There's always the 70s reissues, and you had the Japanese Fender 70s reissues. So there was always a large portion of the bass market that was always stuck in that particular couple of decades and that classic design. But then you had that other section, of course, the modern designs and stuff. Let's see what else we got for the Wenge Neck Warwicks. I guess those are current classics right now.
Well, yeah, kind of Warwick in general. They kind of had their heyday in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh yeah, man, everybody played them.
Mm-hmm. Was it Stu Zender? That's my favorite Warwick player. Yeah.
311.
Oh, here's a good one. USA made Reverend Rumblefish, the original Reverends with the slanted pickups. Well, let's see if we can pull up a. Let's do some screen sharing up here.
That's what I was gonna say. We need to be putting these.
Yeah, let's do this. Reverend,
because we're giant nerds and know what all these look like, but probably not everybody does.
Okay, so let's go do a screen share here. Share screen. Screen one. Everyone see my screen? Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. So these were the original Reverend Rumblefishes.
Oh, that red and white one looks totally like a play school bass.
And they had this weird metal trim right up here. It was an interesting body shape. Here you can see it from the angle. It's like a slab body with this like metal bit. And these things were nuts, and you can barely find them anymore nowadays, and people are holding on to them, and they're definitely going to be a future classic. I agree. That's a great suggestion, man. Let's see what else we got. Oh, the flea basses.
Oh God.
I think he means the Humbucker J, the modulus ones.
Oh, okay. If we're talking the modulus one, okay.
I don't think they did a Humbucker J for the.
I honestly think like the flea bass branded ones will also go on to be sought after at some point. They weren't great, but people like Flea and they like those basses.
Well, you see them going used for like $800. I'm like, who's buying them?
Hopefully no one.
Yeah.
Here's one that I think we're going to all be in agreement with is these the L1000 and L2000 the CLF reissues. Let's bring those up.
But couldn't you? I mean, I guess you could say that that's a future classic, but it's a reissue because it's also kind of a classic already.
Well, let me throw this at you.
But
let me throw this one at you.
I know what you're gonna do.
Boom! This one right here. Yeah.
Okay, touche.
These down the line are going to be ones to look out for. We're going to be getting our hands on some of these in the future, and I'm very excited to be reviewing these. This is the Series 750 L1000. It's a 5-string. It has the 19 millimeter spacing, the new wide spacing MFD pickup, and the classic L1000 control setup with the 3-way toggle, the OMG single coil and parallel modes, and the 2-way tone controls with the bass control and the treble control. This thing is a beast.
Yeah, I mean, the L1000 is, after this last weekend, I can confirm that thing is an absolute monster.
Totally. I love my 2500, and it's just the Indonesian one, so it's not even all that great, but it's still same pickups. But
I mean, awesome. my first quote unquote touring experience, that's what I used, was a Tribute. I don't know where it was made at that point. It was when the Tribute line first came out. But that thing was a tank.
Here's an interesting one that someone's tossing out here. The Music Man Bongo.
That's a controversial choice.
I don't know about that. Now, hear me out.
I could see that.
I could see it too, but I think that they made them too long. I mean, they were introduced around the year 2000 or so, the early 2000s. And unlike the other Music Man models, like the special ones, like the Sabre Classic, they did the Cutlass and the Caprice. Those things lasted for only a few years, but the Bongo, I mean, we're going on close to 2 decades now, and I think that the market is a bit saturated with them, and they're still so polarizing in regards to the styling. And I think that the criticism has shifted from, oh, this is weird and futuristic looking, to, oh, this is weird and looks like the 2000s.
What about the weirder ones, like the Big Owl? Like, you don't see like a collector's market for that, like some of those weird old Japanese basses that like now have this like cult following. Like, I could see that happening for the Bongo, the Big Owl. What was that one, the single cut bass that they did?
Oh, the Reflex.
Yeah. And I could see that totally being a thing. Yeah.
Well, everybody's also clamoring for those Cutlasses too. Like, Hurting Ball's got a lot of them that people say they want, but they don't make them.
Let's see.
Sabre's always been my favorite Ernie Ball bass. That's always been my go-to for them. But I'm a big fan of the Smoothie.
There's currently one Cutlass for sale for $2,400.
Is that the J?
No, that's the P, okay. The one that I have.
The Caprice is that the PJ? Like,
the Caprice is the PJ. I feel those are less popular, and you can find those a bit more readily.
Yeah.
I've heard people complain that the output is lesser on these versus the Cutlass.
Well, yeah, I mean it's gonna be it's wired like a jazz bass.
But I've never played one. I definitely want to check one out. But yeah, these in general,
it's crazy because I remember those Cutlasses being just blowout prices, like under $1,000.
So
get rid of them, and now they're like, I wish I would have realized back then how cool they are.
Yeah. I feel myself like I feel like there's so many bases where I'm just kicking myself for not like picking them up when I could back in the day. Just like, oh man,
I was talking about all my modulus bases.
We were talking about the Roscoe Becks. Here's what they looked like back in the day. The Roscoe Beck.
The lines on that pickguard are actually really similar to the Meteora that they just released.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
So here's a better picture. And it's interesting. The pickups look very similar to that of
like the black-topped ones.
I didn't notice that before. Look, the poles are actually between the strings versus underneath. That is
pieces.
Really cool. Hold on, let's open this in a new tab.
That's got to be one of the most original artist models they ever did.
Mm-hmm. So it was a 3-way toggle switch to go, between the pickups, a master volume, a master tone, and then you had toggles for each of the pickups for, I think, series parallel single coil, I think, or go between the inside and outside ones. I don't remember.
Oh, those are both 3-position switches?
Yep.
Oh, geez.
Or maybe 2. I forget. They're either 2 or 3. So it's either series parallel or series single coil, or
I don't remember. Play one, Will?
Only in Guitar Center.
I've never played one. There was a guy in Oklahoma City that had a red one that we were always at a lot of the same gigs, festivals and stuff, and I always wanted to ask him to try, but I've never had the nerve.
Let's see. Does Lobster's cat like any particular bass? Asking for a friend. She likes all the basses. Let's see. Those Gibson basses. Oh, he's talking about those. The EB, was it the EB5 or EB4 or whatever? Gibson.
Which one?
All right, they did 2 of them.
Yeah, because there's one that I think is actually pretty cool, and then there's one that's just it's something that they limp to the barn with.
Well, this guy's saying the 2013-2014 one.
Yeah, that one's cool. I think that one's cool.
Yeah, I dig it. What do you think, Amp? The original.
It kind of reminds me of like the G&L Fallout just a little bit. Might just be that humbucker.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never felt like Gibson's 5-strings aesthetically do it for me. I don't know what it is.
I can't say that I've ever played a Gibson 5-string.
But while we're on the topic of Gibson, I actually have the Gibson book here. And I'll show you one of my favorites from this one. This is the. You ever seen these before?
Well, let's get you. How do I make it so it? Here we go.
Boom! Oh wow!
Boom! What?
Yeah, can you believe that Gibson actually made these?
Well, they used to try all kind of weird stuff back in the day.
Look at that triangle pickup or the diamond pickup.
That is so weird.
I've never seen that before. I've never even seen that picture before.
Me either. It's just in this Gibson book that I got because I was planning on doing a bunch of research on like, can we fix Gibson basses? And so I thought, I'll get the book because that'll be kind of a fun thing.
I think we're more likely to
it. The pinstriping and everything, like it's super interesting.
Speaking of Gibson basses, again, this could be seen as a classic at some point. I have a Gibson. The Midtown.
Oh, well, let's let me. There, still on you.
Yeah.
The Midtown. I got rid of the stupid bridge. I put a real one on it.
Good man,
my man.
And it's gonna get a no-back pickup eventually. But these were made. These were actually made in the Memphis plant, where all the 335s and stuff used to be made. The Memphis plant closed down, and so that was a big deal when the Memphis plant closed down. So that could be like a collector's thing someday.
Oh, absolutely. I actually really wish that Gibson would at least offer one semi-hollow. They used to do a lot of it way back in the 60s, and then they just kind of stopped. And I don't really know why. That's a portion of the market
they could corner and make a kind of a comeback into the. If they could do it and make it affordable and get rid of their design flaws and if they would just
that was one of the.
I don't know how to tactfully say it.
That's one of the things I was trying to like research and figure out when I bought that Gibson book was like, why, like what could Gibson do that would, satisfy all of these different things? Like, and I don't know. I'm still like working through it. But I do think the semi-hollow thing that they should do, but I wonder if the Jack Cassidy kind of already fulfills that niche for him, even though it's not a Gibson. It started out as a Gibson
version of that would be a bad move because no one will buy it.
Yeah.
But like, that's the thing is they would have to do it. That if they wanted to get back into the bass market at this point, they would have to do it and come in enough under Sarek and these other builders that are doing Gibson-ish designs, but are making good instruments. Like it would be kind of tricky for them at this point. But I mean, they could do it if they wanted to. I mean, they could bring back some of those Nola bring back the Ripper, make it lighter and put a decent bridge on it. And
I think if they were going to bring back any one bass model and have it be successful, it would be a Grabber or a Ripper or something like that.
Yep.
I've been asking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of these new soul bands, and if you look at them, a lot of them are playing old Ripper basses. Or they're playing remember the SB 400? It was you can bring up a picture of it.
The SG kind of thing.
Coil pickups near the neck, like almost like the Paul McCartney.
Yeah, here. Let's do.
I listen to Charles Bradley a lot, and his bass player always used one of those.
Here, yeah. So this is the SB 400. These are cool. Definitely one of the more rare iterations of the SG body style versus the EB0 and EB3s and such.
I forget the difference in nomenclature, but there's a short scale and a long scale version of them. They're designated differently. I think it's like SB 300 and SB 400 maybe, and the 300 is the short scale.
And there's just single coils in there.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've never played one, but I'm pretty sure that's all. It was
magical humbuckers.
You can make them in any size and shape nowadays, I hear.
Shout out to my man Gurmeet.
Oh. Hey, there's one. Do you think the Gretsch Junior Jet is going to be a classic, Lobster?
No more.
Here's an interesting comment. The PVG bass.
Oh yeah,
G bass.
Hey, speaking of companies that used to be big in bass and aren't anymore.
Yeah. And there's always that they're dangling the carrot with the multi-scale, the new Cirrus. But I've yet to see or hear any actual.
They're going to unveil it at NAMM next week, Lobster, and we're going to be there for it.
We'll be there. The grand unveiling. But the G, I guess the Cirrus is definitely one of those. They're currently like a late year a late year current classic. I mean, the prices of those are insane, and those were definitely a dime a dozen when they were new. You saw them everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even at my little crappy music stores in Idaho, we had Cirruses out the years.
I always liked those.
And the G bass had it also had the 35-inch scale 4-string, like the Cirrus. Those it was made before.
Interesting.
And it has a carbon fiber neck too.
Yeah, some of them are modulus and some of them are Moses, I think.
Interesting.
Neck through Cirruses are as dry as a fart in the desert. I don't know about that, but
I have to get through these comments, though. There's so many.
It's quite a comment for somebody named Sir A. Scott Ascot.
What's up, dude?
That name is hilarious.
ATKs, the Ibanez ATK. So I agree, especially the late model or the later model ones. I was actually playing mine earlier today. Ibanez ATK 810. These things.
These things are very underappreciated.
Underappreciated.
I had a 300. I don't think I ever quite figured out what the numbers all meant exactly. I can't stand it when bass companies make serial numbers the name of the bass.
Higher is better.
Yeah, just like bigger number is better. I don't know.
These were interesting because so this was the last hurrah of the ATK. They made them through like 2017 or something. A full ash body, ash pickguard, the same electronics that
heavy ash body.
It's light. It's like
Oh, are they?
Yeah. The old ATKs were boat anchors, but mine is like 9 pounds.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like the later ones. So you could tell the early ones from the later ones by the shape of the bridge pickup. So the later ones have the Music Man shape with the little nubbins. And then Ibanez ATK 300. They made 300s in both styles, but as you can see, this one is just like a straight up square.
Okay.
And they're different pickups as well. This one is a triple coil. And
the new ones aren't?
These are quad coil. So it's like two rail jazz bass pickups next to each other.
Classic. More numbers, bigger, higher is better.
But these were interesting because they also had hip shot tuners for the hardware. That weird ass bridge. The coil tap switch to select between the front coil both together or the rear ones, and the 3-band preamp. The fret drop is like really, really nice on it, and these are just like super rare nowadays. And you can still get them for like somewhat of a steal, like $600-700. But I think down the line these basses are going to be sought after more so than the Prestiges, which have always kind of been like people try to end up selling them more than they're they end up really being worth.
Yeah. I mean, that's everybody's goal, right? It's me. The bass that I kind of keep an eye on is I've got that Squier classic vibe, like the old made in China one. I think it was from like 2011 or so. Mm-hmm. And the Fiesta Red ones in particular, they're kind of like the Pinot bass or whatever. It's the poor man's Pinot or whatever. And I've seen them go like they've been listed for like $1,000, and it's like my brother in Christ. That is a Squier that was made in China. I bought mine for like $250 back in the day because nobody wanted it. Like the store that I got it from, they couldn't get rid of it. So I basically got the employee discount on it because they just wanted it gone. And now people are willing to pay up to $1,000 for that. Insane. Absolutely absurd. And it's a good bass, but it's not $1,000 good bass.
On that topic of Squiers, Squier, the Cabronita bass.
Oh yeah.
Let me bring up the screen up here.
Yep.
These things.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they have like a TV Jones or something style pickup. I don't know what it is. These things go for ridiculous money now, like $700-800 plus.
I wonder what the Fender branded ones go for.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever even seen a Fender branded one, honestly, for sale.
Yeah, they made them. They were Mexican.
Let's see. Cabronita bass.
Then they made like this reverse V, they made a custom shop. That thing.
Interesting. A cool $4,000, and it could be yours.
Yeah, for a bass that's going to point to the ground every time you.
Yeah.
There's
a cool custom shop.
Player.
Whoa, Jesus.
$5,000. Nah, you can have it.
That was that comment we called that earlier.
He's got a great profile picture to go with it.
I like everything about this guy.
Someone get this man a drink.
Oh, man. What else we got? Oh, here's one. I'm just throwing this out there for like a current one that I think might be like a gem down the line are the bootlegger guitars.
Really?
Because I mean, compared to the Steinbergers that are like literally the same price now, they've gone up in price. These things are like they're badass.
I know why you're saying that though.
Why?
You're getting that bootlegger check.
Ha! Yeah, the big bootlegger money. Someone accused me of being like paid off by these guys, like, oh, paid advertisement. I'm like, this guy's like a small shop. Like, one guy out of California who's like producing these shops out of like, I think Korea or something like that, and they're like super high quality, and like they're like $500. They're like or $600. I reviewed the 4-string. I was really impressed with it.
And it doubles as an awesome kayak paddle.
Ha! And home defense. Because I saw someone mention the Steinbergers here, but in the Steinberger clones from the 80s. I think those are definitely going to. I think those are going to maintain their stature, like kind of among the like a tier above the Chinese Steinberger. Oh, those Steinbergers.
Gibson had because right after the Steinberger kind of tanked a little bit, Gibson picked them up, and then they made like one, and then they forgot that they ever did this.
Dude, that's their formula, dude. Gibson's formula. They'll buy a company and make like cool stuff for just a little bit, and then just turn the company and just diarrhea.
Yep. What was it? The Tobias bases that kind of did that same thing with.
Yeah, they did it with Tobias, where there was a period of years after they purchased him where they made some like relatively cool instruments, like objectively cool, like I have the Music Man pickup one that had the preamp for each coil. The what's it called?
Growler.
The Growler. Yes, I have one and I don't know what it's called.
It's because you got too many.
But yeah, stuff like the Growler. Oh, the Rickenbacker 4004 Cheyenne. Remember those?
Is that the one with the shallow bridge and the flame top and all that? I just remember because you said that's a Rick I would like because it's normal.
Why can't you be normal? These things. So
you want to put it up on screen?
Oh yeah! Oh, hey!
They are great. I mean, it's a nice looking bass. Does it have the double truss rod still?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm out. I ain't dealing with that shit.
I hate it on mine.
I feel like Rickenbacker is one of those basses where having one is not just like, hey, I have a Rickenbacker. It's like, no, it is a commitment. It is a lifestyle choice to be a Rickenbacker owner.
I always call them the Volkswagen of like they're kind of like they look really cool and like they definitely do their own thing, but they're kind of shitty when you get down to it, and they're really it's anytime you got to turn a wrench on it, it's going to be expensive.
Yep. So we're going back to the Squier made in China bases.
Oh, the Squier Matt Freeman.
Good
what?
Grief.
What the fuck?
What?
Yikes.
Let's look at the cheaper one. So
that's in Pittsburgh. I'm going to go find that dude. Like, what the?
Maybe you can go ask him where he got the audacity.
Yeah, like, explain this to me.
Does it come pre-stained like that?
Yeah, that bass. If you ask me just like how old I thought that bass was,
he's pointing to it, so you know it's real.
Crafted in.
Oh, he's probably covering up the cereal.
I know, but still, crafted in show.
Why? Like, what's different about it?
This is that same series of the Squier I was talking about earlier. It's this weird, like, made in China era from like the 2010s to like 2015 or so. But like, people like caught on to these kind of late. Like, they were good. They were really good for the price, but they're not $1,500 good.
So, like, I always like when these people have these outlandish prices for things. I always love reading the description. Is there anything funny on it?
What's he say there?
There's like no description. Used but taken care of.
Yeah.
Can't get discoloration from sweat/use.
He took care of it like a mob is going to take care of you.
He threw that thing down at the bottom of the Mon River and dug it up like a year later.
Haven't seen one for years. Years and years and years. No case or game bag included.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil people. Good Lord.
The crack hasn't spread in the 4 years it's been there.
No.
Well, that's because those things are covered in like a half an inch of finish.
You must not be sweating on it enough.
It's the sweat that's holding it together.
Weirdo.
Let's see this other one.
Yeah, that's when you got to pay extra for stickers.
No.
That's.
Oh, look at the string! Look how he strung the G string.
Yeah.
That is bananas. What's that one that they did? I forget what it was. An artist model. It was like silver, and it had just a volume knob, and it had like a planet inlay thing on it. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was like a.
Oh, for a second, I thought it might have been like the Pete Wentz signature because that was a Squier signature.
Aiken.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Is that right?
So what's so special about this Squier Met Freeman?
Yeah, like I want to know why.
It is a bog standard P bass, dude. There's nothing.
Yeah, so the Chris Aiken, I wonder what it goes for now. It must be like a $2,000 if the sweaty Matt Freeman one was
basswood body, maple.
Oh, there it is.
A 4-saddle bridge.
It's
brass saddles.
It's a freaking P bass.
It's a P bass. Yeah, like
custom
pickup, custom precision bass.
There it is. That's where the money is.
Woo!
See how much the Chris Aiken precision is.
AIKEN.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you can't even get them.
Because I'm looking at it on just Google Images. It's just a white P bass with like a mirror scratch.
Yeah, and it has like a planet and the head's like inlay and the head's not inlay, but
yeah.
Let's see. So they're $350 when they were new, says Sweetwater. Let's see eBay.
Probably about $2,000.
What's it? Squier Clay Aiken.
I genuinely don't know who Chris Aiken is, so I feel kind of bad.
Neither.
I wasn't even going to ask because I have no idea either.
No, me neither. Okay, I don't see anything there. Let's see what else the comments have. Let's see.
Those Freeman bases are great. Worth $400 all day long. I would agree.
Unless it's been sweated to the point that it's discolored.
Oh, I do not agree. I think Traven tanked for a very, very good reason. It's because all of their bases look like they were intended to be sold to Mr. Flavortown.
Guy Fieri is a saint. Guy Fieri is a saint.
He's a great guy. His style is
specific.
Yes, that's a good word.
Stream over.
Specific.
Flipping the table.
That's I was gonna say they look like a bass you could buy at a truck stop, but
you can't play one unless your name is Kyle.
Yeah, but you can supplement not being named Kyle with punching enough holes in your drywall.
For those who don't know, the Traven basses were from the early late 2000s. They were known for having these extravagant Klingon-esque bridges, worthy of only the finest warriors. Kapla! These are very honorable basses. They have much honor.
Nope, not for me. That's all I'll say.
So interesting thing about these though, one of their later models, the Chaos, which you can see here.
Yeah, they ditched the flames.
But these are still being made by Michael Kelly.
Really?
I mean, it looks better than a Traven, but it still doesn't do anything for me.
It's literally like the same shape, the same controls, the same tooling. Hold on. Let's put this here.
I see it. Yeah, they're definitely very similar.
Different headstock there.
Different headstock, but like the body shape is the same.
Yeah.
They extended the lower horn a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wonder if they're just like just bought the shit from defunct Traven. Just like, can we have that
back too?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, they are further back. Those look neat.
The Hot Topic bass.
Hot Topic bass.
You wouldn't understand, Mom. Oh yeah, I don't like the reissues on these. The old ones I think are so killer though. Yeah,
they reissued the Fender Katana.
They did only in Japan. Only in Japan.
Oh.
You can get it from Kurosawa.
But that headstock is so cool.
I mean,
the versions without the pick guards just look so much better though.
That looks like another thing you could paddle a canoe with. I mean, it's cool, you know. I'm sure it's made well. I think it's kind of weird that they put the bridge cover on it.
Yeah. Now I think that these are definitely like more of a novelty than like a serious instrument.
I mean,
because like it's I don't know. I would love to have that headstock on something else though. I love the way that looks.
Really?
Because there's like the well, if you look at it on like the Fender Performer, which is another one that I think
that one's cool.
Really underrated.
You could put a drunk's eye out with that thing though. That's
cool. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Skewer a couple drunks as they run the stage.
These go for mad money now.
Well, they only made them for like a year and a half.
Yeah. Collector market ruins all the fun.
Oh, totally. Can't have anything nice.
Oh, here it is.
There you go.
$2,500. Woo!
At those prices, you might as well just get a Seric, man.
Yep.
What else we got here? The Joe Dart Sig bassist from Music Man. I don't know. I mean, even as the owner of one,
I think the 2 has a better shot at being classic than the original Stingray.
I got a classic. The first version of the Yamaha TRB.
Oh,
the made in Japan ones.
The John Patitucci signature one.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what his is modeled after. Like his is basically a 6-string. Yeah, I'm talking like that one, the 2400, 1998, the amber colored ones. Those were $1,000 back then. They were always expensive, but they were always great.
The Nathan East ones too.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever played a Japanese Yamaha.
I was a huge fan of the Yamaha TRB back in the day.
Sir Ascot is back again. Talk about reverends. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I definitely think that some reverends, even the newer ones from today, are definitely going to be future classics.
Unpopular opinion, I think the new ones are better than the old ones. I've played them both. I wasn't blown away by the old ones, but I really like the new Reverend basses a lot. The Triad is fantastic. I I liked the first version of the Decision. I'm not a big fan of the second version, but I really like the new Reverend basses, especially for the price. It's insane what you get for the price.
It's true. It's true. You get the hip shot tuners. You get the killer electronics, the really nice woods, and those things are just so solid. Mr. Zach brings up an excellent one. The Ibanez Groove Line.
Those are sweet. Those things are sweet.
What do they look like? What do they look like? What does it look like?
It's an artsy looking jazz bass, but those are really cool.
I broke myself. I'm back. I'm alive.
Oh, that is funky.
Let's where's my screen? How do I share my screen again?
You got to click the button.
Share screen. Share. Here we go. Ibanez Groove Line. These, and they made a 6-string one as well. That was extra funky.
There's a guy in Pittsburgh that plays a 5-string.
They go for money right now.
They're super nice looking basses, though.
That lower horn has just got to hook over your thigh, like in the most satisfying way.
I kind of wish they still made those. Those are cool.
It would. I think Ibanez's problem right now is that all their basses just look so boring. Like anytime that they break out and do anything even remotely interesting, I get interested. I could go my entire rest of my life and never see another SR bass ever again, though. Ugh.
Yeah,
but there's a new finish.
Whoop-de-doo.
I just can't get with the SR neck.
Nah.
I like the BTBs a lot. That's about the only Ibanez bass that I really, really, really like a lot.
I have a BTB coming tomorrow.
Lucky.
I snagged a 745.
Which one is that one? Because the numbers always screw me up.
Well, you see, the 7 means that it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Slightly above middle.
It means that it's 7. It has a 7 of the goodness level. But that goes up to like 25, though.
That's a C, you know.
Yeah. It's average, and then the 5 on the end.
Here we go.
Means probably 5-string, but not always.
Right. Sometimes they'll put a 3, but the 3
like
is a 5-string.
It looks boring.
You don't stop at the 3 unless you're proceeding to the next number. The 3, you don't stop there.
When you first told me you were getting it, I just assumed you were getting the multi. I assumed it was the multi-scale one.
I'm gonna try and get that next. I got it for such a deal. The 7, this one I got.
You gotta get that goofy green burst if you get the multi-scale. I think it looks cool.
I don't.
Quick question just for the general everybody. Do we think that multi-scale is gonna stay?
Great question.
I don't think it'll
it's
take
kind
over.
of the new hotness, but I have yet to play but a single bass that was multi-scale, and I didn't even have a chance to plug it in.
It's not a huge adjustment. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I could definitely see I could definitely see the Dingwall NG3 being because it's the first of its kind, pretty much.
Well, I guess it's part of the Combustion series, which was the first of the Chinese series, and then before that, he had the Afterburner, which
That's
was cheap,
super expensive one, isn't it?
Or I forget, because all the names are puns about how his shop burned down.
Oh.
Like the Afterburner was one of his first models after the fire and shit, and the Combustion. You gotta have
yeah. I didn't realize that there was a story behind that. That's really funny.
Yeah, either. I like the Dingwall stuff. I don't see myself ever buying one, but I think they're cool.
I really like mine. And Sheldon commented on my videos of my mods, and he was like, "Oh, great job! This is awesome." So, thanks, Sheldon. Wholesome.
Now you're getting that Dingwall check too.
Thanks for that Dingwall dough, bro.
We all know Will to be a massive sellout, so
Yeah, I'm the biggest sellout.
He's a double agent for Gibson, trying to put Fender out with that Gretsch stuff.
Yeah, that was just a hit piece from the far low.
Actually, secretly in cahoots with the Italian government and Mark Base to overthrow Fender.
Hey,
I mean, I say this as generally a fan of Fender. They could afford to be knocked down a couple of pegs.
Yeah, especially with the price increase after price increase. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're. I like Fender. I've had a bunch, but like the Pro 2 is not a $2,000. It's just not. I understand like the supply chain and everything, but it's just at
that price point you get G&L.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a submission for a classic because it was too, and I'm gonna get hit for big boy, but I don't care.
What is that? Oh, you're kind of so.
I think the Lakeland.
I think that it's so successful that they're just gonna and it's also pretty much unchanged for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it's in the discussion for classic instruments.
If anything, how about the 5564 Skyline? That's a more culty one.
That's like a. I mean, that's like a collector's thing.
True. Good point.
I think the Hobo 30 could be in the discussion.
Oh, let's bring that one up. The Lakeland. This is their 30-inch scale hollow body.
Are you sharing a screen?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm sitting there holding it up like a doofus.
Yeah, here we go. Let's go back to Chris. Hold it up again. Smile for the camera.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll be reviewing this soon enough.
No, you're not. I'm not sending it to you. I'm keeping that feather in my hat.
But yeah, 30-inch scale, essentially looking to do like the Hofner thing, but without the drawbacks of being a Hofner, like everything.
So one thing in my video that I failed to mention is the other thing about these is that's excuse me, that's a fully carved body, so there's no seams. So you like Hofner, like seams will split on the cheap ones, probably not on the German ones, but on the sorry, I got a cough again. So like the seams will start splitting over time and stuff. That's not going to happen on this. There's no seam to split. So that's another point for the Lakeland.
Very cool. We got this comment from All Left Up here. Conklin Groove Tools. That's an interesting one. For those who don't know, the Conklin Groove Tools was the import line of basses from rest in peace, Bill Conklin and his bass company. And they were only made for a little bit of time in the early to late 2000s. Conklin Groove Tools. I spelled Conklin wrong. They don't really have them listed here anymore. Yeah, so these were, again, import basses that had the classic Conklin shape, had multi-piece necks. What were they? Wenge and Purple Heart.
And I switched the screen.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Hey. And this was the first production, like factory production, 7-string bass.
That is a chunky boy.
They were big. I had one of the 7-string ones. I got used off the talk bass when I was in high school, and I thought it was so cool, and I was so stupid.
Where did you even get strings for it?
You had to order them custom. I got mine from Ken Smith. It was like $125 back in mid-2000s for a set.
Lord. Oh, man.
High school Chris would have never afforded that.
Oh.
Geez, current Andrew can't afford that. God.
They did make some very interesting special Groove Tools basses. So there's the standard line. It was the GT4, the GT5, and the GT7, where the number is associated with the number of strings. They had the Bill Dickens, Conklin Bill Dickens. This was a neck-through 7-string bass with custom pickups, a custom preamp. It's a 3-band with, I think, a passive tone control. Neck through again with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or I can't count. 7-piece neck.
That's 7.
And this was again their import line. You can still find these every now and then, but they're still going for a good amount of money. And then they have the Conklin Rocco Prestia bass.
That was a one-off, was it not?
They made around 30 of these.
Oh.
And some really handsome bass guy has one, and he did a video on the YouTube that everyone should check out.
I never got to do a video on this. Haha.
But yeah, this is I purchased this bass off of some dude, I think it was on Talk Bass, and then I sold it to Chris, and then he traded it back to me. And I still have it. But yeah, rest in peace, Rocco. This was his signature bass from Conklin. It never went into full production, but it had a custom preamp, really cool reverse P and J pickups, high quality gloss neck with a bird's eye maple fingerboard, hip shot hardware. I mean, this thing was fancy.
Yeah, and it like way better than the ESP, in my opinion. It sounded better, it played better, it was built better.
Speaking of, I wonder, this is the ESP RB. Let's do ESP RB. I wonder what those are selling for now, because they're nothing crazy right now. I remember for a while the prices were a bit inflated.
The thing about those, especially the first generation of them, is sometimes they got those tops all wrong. See, scroll through. I think I saw one with a really bad top. Click on that 6-string, the last chance. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. $1,200 right there.
Oh.
Look at the top on that. That's what you really had to watch. Like you could never buy one of those off the stock photos, because like sometimes the tops look fantastic and sometimes they look like that.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate looking bass.
And actually, I've seen ones way worse than that one. Like, it was really inconsistent. Yeah, the El Toro was a cool bass.
Yeah. So, the G&L El Toro.
It was like a weird jazz bass thing.
Yeah, very cool. I wish they still made them or did some sort of like modern reissue or something.
I'm sure they will eventually.
Sending a telepathic signal, G&L, on we have to go back here. I guess on the topic of G&Ls, the G&L Matador.
Dude.
I think down the line, these are going to be sought after gems, and Ivan, if you're watching, I am jealous of you, my friend.
Yeah,
your sweet
so
Matador.
Nice, his looks so nice too,
with the natural finish.
If I was going to do one, that's pretty much how it would go. I played one of those. the year it came out. The first time I went to Summer NAMM.
Did you play it in an amp or was it unplugged?
No, I played it through an amp, and I wanted to buy it, but they were giving it to Willie Beast. You know, what's he got that I don't?
Yeah.
A G&L bass. That's what.
Bully's here. Bully. Oh, and then he walked away. Bully's here.
Hey, you made it.
Hey, you're only an hour late. Good job.
No audio from Bully.
Not yet.
Give him a chance to get set up. He's only had an hour to prepare.
Really quick, I did see a comment of one that I wanted to bring up for this, the Starcaster.
The semi-hollow thing?
Yeah.
Those
it's so
cool.
funny. I went and I tried one out, and I ended up passing on it. The guy wanted, I think, like $500 or $600 for it. And I'm like, I didn't like love it right away. And now I see him go for like $1,500, and I'm like, what happened? What happened?
I mean, but
I don't understand.
The thing of it is, though, is you can do the Warmoth Mooncaster. You can build your own now,
right? Or like the Jack Cassidy is there for half that price. Like, or the
Guild
makes one. Yeah,
the Guild underrated.
I think that's another one that I think is going to be a future classic. The Starfire 1.
Yeah,
is that the one with the P pickup on it?
Yeah,
that thing it's a player, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was just everything about it was perfect for gigging except for that stupid bridge.
Yeah, essentially, and for $649, I mean, the tone was killer, the playability was awesome, the neck was nice, no complaints.
No.
Bully, you got sound? Oh, you're muted. Oh, unmute. Can't unmute because.
Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Hey, sorry I'm late, man. Had some
Oh,
family
good dude.
stuff. Yeah. I don't know if y'all said this. I do want to say the Peavey Cirrus.
Yeah.
Bass.
Yep.
You already said that one?
We did talk about the Cirrus. Yeah, that one's definitely got a place in history for sure.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I had
Oh, we got hashtag bring back the G&L Matador. My man. My man.
Do it under the CLF line. That would be cool.
Yep. Jeremy's saying, "What's up, Bully?" Let's see. Washburn Taurus, get out, Zippy. Get out.
Yeah.
Is it anything like the Ford Taurus?
Yes.
Yeah, it is actually.
Washburn Taurus. This was made, I guess, at the peak of Warwick's popularity.
I was gonna say that is like the
That's a
Warwick
thumb.
being like, here, you can have my homework, but don't copy it.
Yeah.
Dean ripped off the thumb better than anybody.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it was called though.
The Dean Sledgehammer.
Yeah,
and you cannot find those anywhere.
That's a Corvette style, ain't it?
That's a thumb.
It's more of a thumb. Like
It kind of doesn't know what it wants to be.
It has like the
hitchhiker thing.
Yeah, the hitchhiker thing. Nice.
Okay.
Oh man, but yeah, these are interesting. And oh, look at that bridge. That's a really interesting bridge.
That's an older hip shot.
It's like sliding saddles. Is that
headless? Is it headless?
No.
That looks like the really old hip shot bridge.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, those are like the big like sliding saddles.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. Oh man, Dean's. What a weird company.
Have they ever made an actually decent bass ever?
Hey, my first two basses were Dean's.
My comment still stands.
Well, so on that,
nostalgia aside, no, they really didn't.
Yes, and
what?
Rodney of Rodney McGee or McG of Metal Bass Monday, he did a piece on this particular Dean. I forgot the model, but it was made in the same factory as the Spectre Euros.
Oh, the Edge Improv.
Yeah, and it had the same
Those
hardware.
were, it had EMG setup and neck through and
what was it called? The
Edge Improv, I believe.
Yep. Or the Euro Edge Select. That's what it was.
Or that.
Yes, it says in parentheses improv. Yep. That's it. So let's open up this picture. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. There we go.
Yeah.
That is not a bad looking bass at all.
That don't look too bad at all, man.
I'm a sucker for red and gold hardware, though.
I still wouldn't want to play it, but you know.
Look up the Edge Q4B.
What is that inlay doing at the 12th fret though? Like it's kind of just seems
like
like
an
a
eagle's claw.
mistake.
it's a scimitar's blade. Whoosh.
Too edgy for me. Hey, before we move away from Dean though, when are we gonna get the review on that green one?
You're not.
Do you see?
I can see it back there.
There's that, but there's also like my Green Man suit is hanging back there, like the Pay Money Wubby style is like full Green Man. So I'm going to do that, and I might do a contest where edit like a 10-second clip of me, like based on the clips of this video, and you utilizing the green screen, and the best one wins the bass.
Love it. You've had that for several months now, haven't you?
Several years. I bought it a while ago, and it's just been like I played it maybe once for that 300th video. No, I played it twice, and it's such a piece of shit. Oh my god, it's so awful. Their whole selling point is it's green.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's let's see, Jackson bass. Hold on, I gotta find something. Because there's this one dude. I gotta call this guy out because it's kind of hilarious. He's at this little shop in New Jersey, and he posted this listing for this Jackson bass. This is the Jackson P bass that you can get for $150 on whatchamacallit, on Guitar Center. Here it is.
Switch the screen.
I just had to go through my messages first. He's
Oh,
selling it
no
for
worries.
$420.
Of course.
What your guitars?
Hey, can you move the call-in thing?
Oh yeah. Here, it's $219 right now, but it's regularly on sale for $159.
Why?
So-
Jeez. And he wants
So I messaged the dude.
424.
I'm like, why are you listing this so high? Because I do that sometimes if I'm just browsing Reddit and I see someone just posting something so absurd, I'll be like, what the hell?
You're a braver man than me. I don't dare call anyone out for this kind of stuff.
He's like, it's because of the color, dude. I'm like,
Did you just send him the Guitar Center link? Like, bruh.
yeah.
I thought it was like a weed thing because it's green. 420.
I was hoping that maybe it had upgraded everything.
Nope.
It wouldn't add any value to it.
Yeah, that's the one of the eternal rules of the universe is that mods don't improve the price or the resale value of your bass.
No matter how many EMG pickups you put in a Squier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get fidgety about that. People who put their Squier up for $700 because they swap the pickups in it. It's like throttle back, dude.
Yeah.
Throttle back.
I changed the strings.
Yeah, good job.
Stock Squier barely played outside the house, swapped with TI flats, $700.
Been a smoke-free home, okay.
Smoke-free home.
It's smoke-free and pet-free.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, because you can't have the because that. I don't know. I got nothing.
One time BB puked in a bass case, so I can understand that.
It wasn't her fault. She's perfect.
She is perfect. She is
Rocco bit
perfect
the
little
handle
angel.
off one time. Off of a gig bag, he ripped the handle off.
Oh, nice. He was just trying to help. He was just trying to drag the bass to the gig for you.
Too enthusiastic with it.
That was his puppy days. He was a mess.
BC Rich Warlock has a special place in 80s history. Yes, and those old BC Rich basses go for a pretty penny now.
The real ones, yeah.
There's new ones. There's new BC Rich basses. And I'm not making it up, I swear.
Why?
Here, yeah, brand new. And they're Koa. And I'm not sharing my screen again.
Oh, Mockingbird. Okay.
Yeah. So they have EMG, a PJ setup, and I'm assuming like an EMG 2-band preamp. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say, are they import or are they?
Yeah.
Bring up like the back of the headstock. Yeah, what's that?
Korea.
I can get along way better with the Mockingbird over the Warlock, though. That's for sure.
The Eagle's my favorite. BC Rich. There it is, right there. $4,000.
Oh, the Eagle. Yep, the old school ones. Those go for like ridiculous money. I don't even know what those switches do. Like,
I would never figure that out. That looks like a Soviet submarine.
Probably weighs as much as one. Let's see.
But it's cool. It's really cool.
They also have this guy. They had another one. They had like the Black Widow one. Hold on, BC Rich Black.
The Mockingbird's pretty sweet too, though.
Is that like a Disney tie-in or?
Why is it like
it's not? They're leaving money on the table, man.
Designed in MS Paint.
That looks like it would be perfect in the background of a Tim Burton movie.
I like how the bridge doesn't even line up with the back of the body. Look how it's like, it looks lopsided.
Mom, can we get a Mothman bass? No, we have a Mothman bass at home.
There it is.
No, that's the bass that the Batman plays, not in the animated series. What was the futuristic one that came after that?
Hey, show the headstock, please.
Oh, there you go, Batman Beyond.
Oh, Batman Beyond. That was the shit back in the day.
Yeah. Well,
no, that got dark. Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, they pulled.
I think that was after my time.
Let's see. Dean Hillsborough bass. You know, I've never played one of them, and I've always been curious. Dean Hillsborough bass, and they just made a new one. So here's the Hillsborough. It's super weird looking, and I think the pickguard is like freaking terrible.
Yeah, they were kind of drunk when they made that.
Yeah, so, I'm just gonna draw this line here. Oh, it's fine.
Whoop.
I mean, if they would have just did no pickguard, it would look fine.
Well, that red one there looked like it was a no pickguard version.
I kind of like the purple one. It is a Dean though, so I don't give it much credit. But you know,
yeah.
They just they have the new ones though.
Looks like a can opener.
It looks awful, but interestingly enough, the Fluence pickup system, Fishman Fluence, and roasted maple neck now, which is becoming more prevalent.
So that's the body
for $1,000, man. I can't bring my
Nope.
That's the body grain that they used for the picture, huh?
Yeah. Oh my god. Look at that.
It's an interesting choice.
It's well, I mean, you can only imagine the rejects.
That's what I mean. Like, that's the one they used for the picture.
ESP PPJ. I just brought this up. I don't know what that is. I'm curious. ESP PPJ bass. Oh, these.
Whoa!
What is that?
Whoa!
ESP PPJ.
I've never seen one in person, but those are cool.
I don't know what this guy's referring to, but comment on the ones with the double thrust rod. Can we just call him that from now on?
Gave her the old thrust rod.
Gave her the old double thrust rod.
Oh, I just got to get in there and tweak the old thrust rod.
It's double action.
How did we get here?
Well, you got here late, so
yeah. If you had the context from earlier, then that'd be really funny.
Yeah,
it's an inside joke, okay?
Yeah, I don't want anything inside when you talk about thrust rod.
Even if it's double action?
No.
Was the Star bass ever a production bass?
Yes.
It was.
They even have a rock bass one.
Oh.
The axe bass. Great for when you're sitting down.
Yeah, your leg's not going to cut itself off.
Okay. On the topic of this, why is the new Gene Simmons signature so boring? They could have done anything they wanted, and they just
don't care.
It's a black T-bird.
The only people that are going to buy it are the people that have all the other Gene Simmons signatures.
This is the problem with Gibson is like they chose Gene Simmons for their one and only signature bass. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It does have the hip shot bridge.
Yeah, they at least put the real bridge on it. That's what I was. Yeah.
I can do that though. Come on.
I know, right? But $3,000 though.
Yeah.
You can do that on an Epiphone.
Look at that cool skull with cross guitars.
Even on the bass channel, where those guys are hardcore Gibson fans, they were all kind of about it. Like, come on, like, do your market research and give us what we actually want, Gibson. Come on.
Now, there's two versions of this one. They got the ridiculous version, which is the top right, and then they got the you can buy this version.
Woo!
That's ridiculous. Like, yes, sir, absolutely.
It's. Go back to that other one a second, though. I definitely think that they could have put at least one more pickup on that.
Well, they just weren't very efficient with their space.
Wasted space.
Yeah.
As a multi-pickup person, I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing.
These, remember these?
Whoa!
I lusted over these. I
still do. Dude, the Infinity. Yeah, I think everybody did. Everybody that saw that Incubus video wanted one of those.
Oh man, these are impossible to find, and like a fretless one is one that I want. Let's see if we can find one on Reverb.
Wait, what?
You can find like the rock bass ones that are going for $1,200.
There's a rock bass Infinity. I didn't know that.
But no F holes or anything. It's like the set neck ones.
Yeah, it's lame. There's a legit one. $5,000.
$5,000.
It's like that's lame.
So are those actually chambered then?
Yes, these are.
Okay.
And then they have the set neck ones that are cheaper.
What does it do?
It plays.
Shut up. The chambering.
I think it's probably to give it a more
I'll just warm it up for next week.
Semi-hollow-y sound. $10,000.
Nice.
This one have a piezo. This one has a piezo in it.
$10,000. It better have a freaking piezo.
Right.
Yeah, better order me pizza for $10,000.
It better give me an orgasm for
$10,000.
This took a turn.
Kind of like my thrust rod.
Yeah, it's
kind of like my thrust
rod.
And we're back.
God.
Let's see.
There, oh God. Victor Hugo Trifoli.
With the Yamaha.
That the Gibson should bring back the Ripper.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's their bring back the Ripper, undercut fender. That's your ticket back into the bass market.
So here's my question. I agree. Have y'all ever played the grind bass by Peavey?
Peavey grind.
It's
back in the day.
Bass, right?
Huh?
No, it was the neck through. Here, I'll
it was just a soap bar thing.
Okay.
They were okay.
Man, whatever. Like, that's the bass I played when I went to my music store as a kid. It's ugly.
We're playing these at music.
But I was like, yes, this 6 strings, yes, sign me up.
What stuck with me about these basses is how dry they were. Like just the ones that I always saw at the music store were like it was just dry as hell, just like from sitting there for so long.
Because nobody bought them.
And these are the 34-inch scale, right?
Feel the same way about EB3 basses. They just be sitting there sad.
Oh my god, those are like the opposite of the future classic. I feel like these were just like not well thought out. The Epiphone EB3, because it's the same size body as like the EB0, but you have a 34-inch scale deck.
Yeah, terrible idea. And that they didn't even do like light tuners or anything.
Like I have an EB3. I have an EB0 back there, and I had one in high school, and I bought one to kind of relive the shittiness that was the one that I had. Seriously, I went to Guitar Center, and as I was checking out, I'm like, I'm going to make a video on this because I had one when I was growing up, and it was super shitty, and I want to see it so shitty.
I forgot you bought that EBO. You know, I know a guy that makes quite the contraption for that body.
Oh my god! Here we go.
Dude, you got
you can dangle it in front of people.
Dude, I know this though. I know this. He better not be at this NAMM show.
Oh yeah,
his company's gone. That company's done. We watched it. We watched that guy's livelihood end. He's gonna be there. I hope he is there. We're getting a picture with him.
Oh man, I'm not.
Yes, Zippy. Yes, Music Man Saber.
Yeah, the Saber class. So
my favorite.
Impossible to find. Yeah, Sabre.
Yes.
So the Saber Classic specifically, the one from like 2013 to 2017.
Yes.
They're impossible to find. One example at $2,800 right now. The rest are the older ones, which are also good, but they're like completely different.
That one has a rosewood fingerboard.
Yeah.
That's lame.
They came with rosewood too, and bird's
eye. Look at that bird's eye, and they covered it up.
Right. I think the rosewood ones had the bird's eye necks, and then the usually the maple on maples are usually flamed. Well, I have seen some bird's eye maple on maple.
Yours is the one you kept as a sunburst, right?
Yep.
I really, really do want bridges with built-in mutes to come back. I think that's such a cool idea. I've seen them where they have like the drop tuner kind of mechanism, so you can like lift it all up at once just by flicking a lever. I think that's such a cool idea.
Yeah. What's his name uses it? Sean Fairchild has something like that on his signature P bass. There's some kind of mute device.
I wish that they would implement this in a more standardized Stingray line, because they have here.
Well, they did it up until like the 90s, didn't they? They did it for a while.
But now with the Timmy C model, they have it on the Stingray Special. So you have the Stingray Special 22 fret neck versus the 21, but you still have the mute bridge and the string through body. So this is just like the perfect culmination of like old and new Stingray, but they only made 50 of them.
Of course.
Boo earns.
So while we're here at the Music Man thing, I think somebody had mentioned in the chat the Darkrays. What do we think on those?
Oh,
I don't think so.
I think that's kind of a novelty.
I don't think so. I think it is a gimmick.
I definitely debate the usefulness of having onboard distortion, especially if you're going to use other effects. I guess if you're just like a bass into amp kind of guy, but
I mean, most amps have an overdrive.
Yeah,
or at least a gain.
I applaud Music Man for going out on a limb here and doing something crazy like that.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't think that like 20 years from now, people are going to be like, "Oh, you got to get that Darkray from 2022."
Well, that's what I love about Music Man, though, is like they try stuff, and like they go all in when they try it. Like they actually advertise it and things. Like I feel like a lot of companies, they try stuff, but they don't get behind it because like they're afraid it's going to fail or whatever.
This is kind of a recent thing for Music Man, though. They kind of flat out refused to do even like signature models for a long time.
But I mean, like you look at things like the Big Owl, the Reflex, like they tried stuff. Like they've always tried stuff. And then I also think they do the best reissue have the best reissue philosophy of any company. Like they get the old look, they get the old sound, but they keep the truss rod wheel, they keep the lightweight tuners and things like that's the way to do it. Like
they're intended to actually be played.
I have 2 Fenders here that are reissues, and they're made exactly like their year. And you got to take the neck off to do the truss rod. They got the heavy tuners.
Zippy's on a roll here.
It's got all the good ones.
Warwick Buzzard.
I see that as like a collector thing.
Yeah, for sure. But that brought up the Status Buzzard. Remember those?
Wait, what? They did a carbon fiber one?
Yeah, Status Graphite did.
Fiber.
Look at that headstock. Look at that headstock. That's so mean. It's like evil. The top tuner is gold, and then or it just has like the gold. This part.
Oh, like an eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like he didn't want they were flying all over the world, and he didn't want any kind of humidity things to affect his bass, so they did it all out of carbon fiber.
How much is it worth?
I don't know. It's probably still a lot.
5 pounds.
It was a 4-string, so it can't be like a bone anchor.
Oh,
It's also
is that an
huge.
8-string right next to that one?
Oh yeah, that's a Warwick on the headstock. Let me see.
That looks like a limbic.
That's what I was thinking first. That looked like the electronics look like a Lembic, but that's a Warwick headstock.
I can't see it.
That weird? Looks like it could be a Photoshop or something because can't find any other pictures of it. Oh, it does exist. Oh, another crappy picture.
It's like almost big
even lower resolution.
The pixels got lost over time.
Oh man.
Hey, here's a thing out of left field. I don't know how y'all gonna feel about it.
Let's hear it.
Sire V7, 1st gen.
Sire V7 1st gen.
Remember what it was?
Oh, yes. The original Sire V7s, the first runs was it signed by Marcus Miller?
That'll definitely.
And you can't find them. Like you can go on Reverb. You're gonna find you might be able to find them on Reverb, but like a 1st gen, first 100 V7s, either they're completely destroyed from overexerting their slap fortitude, or they're pretty much probably all destroyed by people wanting to be Marcus Miller. The preamps are probably blown the hell out because what's a mid frequency control, Don't need that. It's treble, bass, boosted, tone, full send. So yeah, that would be, I can see that doing something. Because when it came out, it changed the game for everybody. So
for sure.
Like it dropped a bomb right in the middle of Fender's face.
What year was that?
Huh?
What year was that exactly?
I want to say it's 2011 or 12.
Okay.
Wait, maybe. No,
I think it was.
It's sooner than that. It's like 14, 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I got one when they dropped, and
it was after I was in Afghanistan. So
I just started my channel, and I picked up one. So I want to say that's 15.
Word. Yeah, especially the ones with the Marcus signature. That would be a
damn near collector's item.
A gem for sure.
So I mentioned this one to Will earlier, but the Mustang PJ I think is going to be a classic bass. I think like so many people have them now. Yep. I think
I care about your little tiny bass.
Hold it up
I
again.
care about your little tiny bass, man. Get out of here.
I think so many people have them. If I could find a shell pink one, I'd dig it. But
swapping geezers.
But I just think that That's going to be so many people like first or second base.
Okay. So while we're on this, let's go ahead and talk about the pink elephant in the room. So how you feel about the Gretsch Junior Jet?
we mentioned that earlier. I don't think that's going to be any sort of
You don't think
classic. No,
because that's the same thing as far as like first base, especially for like a beginner. It's $300. So, okay.
You think they're going to last? Like, you think the Gretsch Junior just like the examples that we have now are physically going to last 20 years?
They'll be sawdust.
They seem solid enough. Time will tell. I don't plan on getting rid of mine. So
I still
whatever
have mine.
platform social media devolves into, it will just be there as, let's see, 50-year-old bass boomers.
That'll be the name of our future podcast. Be sure to stay tuned, everyone.
Bass boomers.
20 years from now.
That's goes to us.
Oh, just for fun, I stumbled. I got to show the world this guy's video.
Don't make fun of him.
I'm not going to make fun of him. I think that his energy is like amazing and like.
Oh, was this the one that you had posted in your Discord the other day?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on?
Bear with me for one moment. Here it is. Well, I'm not sure if it'll share sound too. If I share my screen, will it do the sound?
Oh man, Ibanez Geo. That was my second bass.
I had an Ibanez Geo as my starter guitar.
Share audio.
Was that the one that had like the sticker on the volume knob or whatever?
You're having a fine day. Let me check and make sure my microphone is plugged in.
There we
My
go.
iPhone 6S Plus here. That's my recording studio. That's a little joke there. Okay,
Good thing he told us.
I've got a review, ladies and gentlemen, on an Ibanez 5-string bass. I acquired this here the other day. I traded off 3 basses to get it. This is a Bob Taylor Bob. In other words, BTB.
This man's amazing.
A BTB 675M, M meaning maple, 5-string jobber. Okay, let's stop burning daylight and get right to this. Okay, it's got tilt back headstock right there. I like it tilt back headstock because I don't like string trees. Now on this guy here, it does the tuner machines don't have a name on them, but they look a lot like they look and smell and feel a lot like Grover. If you know
They
what I mean.
smell? What is it?
They smell like it.
And,
What you gotta do is you gotta lick it to get the flavor of bass.
I want to get into this neck here. This neck is kind of hard to describe. It's not exactly a thin neck. You know what I mean? Ultra thin and ultra fast, but it's not a baseball deck either.
Yeah.
Baseball deck.
It
It's not a
starts
baseball
off
deck.
as a C.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I get it. Man, I want to hear him play. Go to the end.
That
gonna
guy's
play
got some LBJ vibes.
So I did. So one deployment. That's
He doesn't play it?
Wait, he goes 17 minutes and he doesn't play a single note on it?
You shut
that's all he
up.
does is hit the open string.
No.
Oh,
No.
Ibanez got together with Bartolini and had them. I was reading this off the internet today and had them special design these particular soap bars for this lineup of basses. Okay.
Why you did that man like that, man? Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
The thing he plays. I love his energy and his exuberance. I think this is how you review a bass.
Bro, here's the thing.
he's coming for your job,
Go
Lobster.
to the end. I just want to know what he talks about at the very end. Just the last 30 seconds. Yeah.
Rocco Prestia. But it's going to be a little different kind of a video, but it doesn't matter. But I'm going to upload that right after I get done doing this. And you can buy this guitar right here,
You play
ladies
it?
and gentlemen. This
It's
bass
plugged
guitar
in.
all day long
Why is he
for
yelling at me?
$850. I got this guy for $800 because I know Paul Decker, the owner of Music Villa in Bozeman, Montana. Very nice guitar. I like it. quite a bit. That there are some striking differences between this guy right here and my Rocco Prestia 5-string. That's my.
I love this
crazy.
I love
You know
this.
This
man.
is exactly what I imagine the music scene like in Bozeman, Montana. That's for sure.
It's trippy because I feel like people look at us like that. Like,
I mean,
so each one of us, we all do a thing, especially when, like we all
You're bringing that next week, by the way, right?
of course, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like we all have a thing we do. So like people just like they click on you and it's nice.
Wonder if we can get this guy to like join us.
Oh my God, no! I'm not gonna do that.
You're gonna reach out
count
to
me
him
out, brother.
and try to interview the guy.
You count me out. I
I'll
don't
put the
have time for
subject
that.
in
I'll
all
be afraid.
caps.
I'll throw that smoke.
We'd
pill
like
and
you
dip.
to come on our podcast. And he'd be like, well, they asked me to go on a podcast, but I don't know what a podcast is. We're going to find out.
We have fun here.
How did you find that guy?
Because I was looking for other videos of the Ibanez BTB 745 that I got, and this came up on the search.
Okay.
Also, just side note, super jelly that has the maple fingerboard. Oops.
What the hell is a loin lobster anyway?
It's not
This
a
crab
sex
man
thing, is
reached out to me.
Crap, man.
Back on topic.
Bringing it back.
Chuck is mentioning ovation basses.
The Magnum.
Magnum. These were some interesting ones. I'm going to pop up the screen here.
Oh, they've got that Vox energy.
Some of them
Dan
had onboard
Electro.
EQs, like actual EQs.
What the hell?
I don't get along with graphic EQs. I can't hang with that.
What is missing? Why is there a peekaboo window in the bass?
What are you talking about?
Like in the middle there.
Yeah.
That not a lot of people know this, but you can hide your weed in there.
Yeah.
That's where the optional microwave oven goes.
the science of it.
Yeah.
The easy bake.
Man, next week is going to be interesting.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, we are everyone that you see here is going to be at the NAMM show next week. June something to something else.
Second through the fifth, fool.
2nd through the 5th. We're all going to be there. We're going to be hanging out. We'll be doing some live streams in the hotel, and we'll be shooting some videos on the floor. Maybe drop some shorts. We'll see what we do, but we'll
I'm
be
keeping
having
my
a lot of
shorts
fun.
on.
Ha! The shorts are going to be flying.
Well, they
Unless
do
we-
in the video.
Oh, yeah. Bass after dark, baby.
Bass after dark.
Listen, in Anaheim, anything
Bass gone
goes.
wild.
You know what you signed up for when you invited me.
Do. What else we got?
Ooh, Mayones. Check that
All
one
left
out.
up. He goes, musical is awesome. I live in Montana. Great music scene here.
Dude, if you hang out there long enough, you'll get to meet that dude. What was his name?
James something or other.
Is he from there? Or y'all
Yeah,
just
that's what he
chose-
said. No, he calls out that specific music shop in Bozeman.
Man, I really wonder if we could reach out to this dude. 'Cause that would be great.
Lobster, I'm telling you. In my mind, all I hear is ding 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 ding. I'm not with it, bro. I'm not. I'm not with it. Y'all are
No,
safe.
it's
They
not
don't
going to
do
be.
banjos in Montana.
It's not going to
Montana's
be
not banjo land. That's
Roots and
mountains
fifths,
and
man.
plains.
Roots and
Where was
fifths.
Jeepers Creepers shot?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what is Jeepers Creepers? I don't even know.
Get a
Black
load
guy
of
doesn't
Jeepers
die
the
in this
movie.
movie. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. Just skip to the punchline. But yo, Mayonnaise Viking.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
That one.
I've seen a
Mayonnaise
couple of
is a
videos
solid
on
company,
mayonnaise.
man. Like
That's one of the. I've always wanted to play one.
I think
Mohini
they're. You remember
plays these.
who are the people that
Oh.
sung the song? I've been by your place.
Those Lonely Boys.
How far is heaven?
Oh,
That's them. That's all they play.
Those
Really?
guys have
Pretty
some
solid.
serious jams. I played it in the dad band I'm in.
The Dad Band. Da. I'm your dad.
Was it? The Mayonnaise
Wait.
Viking. Mohini Day plays one of these, I think.
I think
I like that.
Frederico, whatever.
Malaman.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
I've
she
seen him
rips,
getting
dude.
down on one too.
She absolutely rips.
She tears it up. She's really, really good. Yeah, the Mayonnaise
She was an
Vikings.
MJC artist for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
That purple one is sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the
Purple and gold is
Adrian
so
Farrell?
sexy.
Hadrian Farad signature? That's the one I like, I think.
Is that the dude I was talking about? I think it is.
You're talking about Federico Malaman.
Am I?
Yeah.
I can't remember these cats' names. They're not Bootsy Collins or Marcus Miller.
It's not Jocko, so who cares?
He
Whoever
only
that
did
guy
4
is.
strings.
Oh,
Definitely a collector thing, I think.
No,
that looks like
that's
something
really,
Eastwood would make a shitty version of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one
That-
company that I'm not a fan of.
This
Sorry,
reminds me
Eastwood.
too much of a Steinberger. I'm just not with it. Oh man, do you think Steinberger's a collector's type thing?
Oh,
The
yeah.
old ones.
It depends. Like the
Graphite ones for sure.
yeah, there's
The L2.
I
It's
hate
like
him
the
so
ones.
much. I
I
hate
do
him so
too.
much.
I don't like
there's
either.
Getty with one.
Get
Dude,
it.
Go back one page. Go back one page. That is doucher. That's what I think. That guy.
I'm sorry,
No.
this guy. If you're on here, you're okay, but
I don't take back a single word.
Not the best picture for you to lead with. If you're
If this is on your Tinder profile, reconsider. Girls are not with the cargo shorts, man.
Ryan Martin Federa.
No.
On the topic of Federa, you know what's interesting? Like the
Hmm.
Anthony Jackson Federa is timeless. The Victor Wooten Federa is timeless. You know which one that I think the style is timeless, but you really don't hear much of is the Matt Garrison model.
Oh yeah.
Let me. So, Federa Matt Garrison.
The shape is really similar to
Oh,
the Anthony Jackson.
my other dude, when I'm trying to learn bebop, Yannick Guazdala, he plays
Yep.
something that looks like that.
He played one of those for a long time. He has his own signature stuff now.
Federa Ryan Martin. The Warwick Federa.
I think these look killer, honestly.
I agree.
They're
Really?
super sleek.
I don't know.
I
I'm
dig
not a
it.
fan.
I don't know. It reminds me of a yin yang bass.
Yeah, he definitely took the inspiration from the Wooten one.
Yeah,
know.
but it doesn't do it for me.
What do you think of the black one?
Ooh.
I don't like that.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Now we talking nasty. I like it.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subtle two-tune.
It's a little thing of mystery. It looks like it's a pick guard, but it's the wood itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adds a new little shape to
It
it.
could be yours for the cool price of $30,000.
And a left testicle.
Right.
For real.
The Gibson Victory.
Okay, yeah, this is another one that comes up a lot when people are like pining for, a better future for Gibson. And I don't know about this one.
Me neither.
I've never played one. I think they have a pretty, we'll call it unique look. I don't think it's like a universal or classic look. So I don't know about this one.
Like if they did a Ripper, like it would sell. Like I don't know if that would sell.
Correct. Right.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. My favorite one is probably that red in the corner right there.
The single.
Like I like that single. The single. No. Like you can go this top. Go. Yeah. I think I like that. If I had to play one, it would probably be that.
I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me, but it's cool.
I'm not buying it, but if I had to play it, that's what I would.
Well,
that's the one I would play.
I like the headstock. I think that looks kind of cool.
The Vox Starscream.
oh my gosh, there's a guy trying to sell one of these locally. It's been there forever.
Nobody bought them. Like no one wants to buy them. Nobody wants these.
Yeah, go
Absolutely
figure.
No one wants
Look at
it. Yeah,
What the
what in
hell?
the world were they thinking?
I mean, I applaud any company for taking a risk, but
So wait, is it a wooden body and then they've got that plastic wavy shit on the outside?
I don't know. I don't.
Is that see-through?
Yeah,
Like, is that a cutout?
It's
It's a cutout,
Cutout.
yeah.
like an actual cutout. And then this is like a separate part. So this is the body, and then there's a separate outer bit.
Well, the
Is
first
it
time you
plastic?
drop that, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So let's read into this. So the sleek design. It's not only aesthetically pleasing. You're right. It's not. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Oh,
Perfect balance.
Hey, can we hear this thing? Ooh, it's got good electronics though.
Short scale.
Look, hey man, it's got good electronics. It may be
Got
a
good
slide.
hardware.
Okay, let's pull up the YouTubes here. Box Star. Oh look, our stream.
Hey.
Oh, this guy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Guitar player plays
It's
bass.
just a joy to play. Because it's contoured in such a way as well, it feels like a small strap on.
Play it. Okay, I cannot get that time.
Well, I'm going to rush out and buy one.
Sounds like a bass.
Oh, Japanese. Japanese. Go to the Japanese one. She's about to kill.
Dude.
I apologize.
Well, it sounds like she's just recording from the mic and not through.
Okay,
recording.
it looks fake.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe the audio was out of sync, but it something didn't click right there.
I'm okay.
Vox Apache. What is the Vox Apache?
You won't have to worry about me buying one out from under you.
The Vox Apache is.
That's the.
Oh. Did they have a speaker built in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it had the amp inside the bass.
Wait, the amp is coming from inside the bass? I feel like this is one of those things where if you were in the studio and you needed something like weird and creative and lo-fi sounding, like this would be the thing you'd reach for.
I mean, you can do so much of that with effects and stuff.
Right. It's just like outboard stuff you can.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to play something that's as uncomfortable looking as that.
How do you put that on your lap?
You don't.
You don't.
Nah, man.
So we got a great question here.
Oh, that is such a good question.
What trends in our current era of basses do you think people will look back on and laugh about? The same way that we do about like 80s headless basses.
Well, I definitely don't think short scales are are going to be something
No,
we'll
I
talk
like
about
short
later.
scale.
No, short scales are killer.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dingwall gonna be one of those people? Because I
I think that's here. I think that's always going to have a place in the market.
I think
Okay.
something that is on the cusp of like being old enough where we can look back and laugh at it is the extreme extended range basses. Like it's not like the 12-string basses with the guy who just like
yeah. So like cats like what's his name, Rob Scallon and Jared Dines, who have the 24 freaking Terraberry, Steve Terraberry.
Yeah, all the guys who like were the 2008 crew on YouTube. Yeah,
I mean, I admire their ability to play those things.
But they're gonna be making fun of them. Like, look at this 24 fret monstrosity, or like the basses that have, or like the combo guitar basses, the double neck joints.
I could actually see that sticking
Not
around.
even like this, not this one, but like this.
The guy in L1011 makes such good use out of it. He's got a combo bass and guitar, and he does a lot of like live looping. So it's just him and a drummer, and that stuff is actually super cool. Kind of nobody else really doing that, but he makes it work. The only other like trend that I can think of that's like happening in a really big way right now is like roasted necks and multi-scale stuff, and I don't think either of those things are
relics.
No, because we're trying to imitate like a 70s bass, like what it would look like now. So I think
okay. Well, not all relics are created equal, though.
I have like 4 relic basses.
There are some relics that are done like really thoughtfully, and it's like, okay, how would this bass actually wear over time? And then there's other like relic jobs where they just like smack their belt on it and like whatever. It's like, come on.
But I think it's a trend right now that overall, I think we may look back on years from now. Like, I think relicking is just like,
I can see that.
Just like a thing that people do. Like right now, it's like the thing to do.
It was so funny to see the like the Tomon, like everybody was doing those like kit bases from Tomon, and every single one of them were like, let's destroy it first, let's burn it. Like every single one of them did that. It was so funny.
Throw it in a fire.
Yeah, like Navarro did that.
My thing with it is like I won't pay extra for it, but it's not a deal breaker for me. It's just it's a look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't seek them out, but I also don't eliminate them. I have 2 Fender relics, my Lakeland's relic. I have another Lakeland Cummings relic, and then I have that Burrotone thing that's in its relic, and it's fine. I don't have a strong feeling on it one way or the other.
Here's an interesting one: the Ibanez Thundercat.
Oh, geez.
For being, I guess, more of a future classic kind of thing.
Definitely a collector's piece because,
yeah,
I mean,
$8,000 or whatever. Woo!
I saw one for 10.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, but like, it's not even. You can't really call it a classic. Like, I think it's gonna be kind of like Bo Diddley's guitar. Like it's gonna be something that's always tied to Thundercat, but it's not gonna like nobody's buying them. So you can't really call it a classic or anything.
Would they buy them at a different price point though?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like if they made like
a budget with an hardcore
like $1,200 or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Here's a little tidbit, Chris. Bo Diddley's daughter is throwing like a whole festival the weekend of NAMM. And T-Rush, and she's out of Tulsa. I actually know her.
Oh, wow.
And didn't know that she was Bo Diddley's daughter. It just happened upon me. It's my dad's guitar. Who are you?
Crazy.
Anyway, so
I didn't know. So in that same vein, I just played a Bill Withers Memorial Festival. I never knew he was from West Virginia. Because I was like, because it was in Beckley, West Virginia, which is like 4 hours from me in Pittsburgh. And I was like, why is Beckley, West Virginia holding a Bill Withers? And like, he's from here. And I was like, oh.
So, Cos Pierre over here. So, All Left Up brought up Padula again, but Cos brought up the Rapture.
Oh, yeah.
Remember these? I feel like these are underappreciated for sure. Like, everyone wants the Padula buzz.
That kind of looks like Tolman's bass they just dropped.
Oh yeah. I see it kind of looks like the same,
and also like a Dimension bass.
What's that green one with the chrome pickup with the NASA sticker? Yeah, what's that?
Oh, that's Rick pickups.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's definitely a choice.
That is a choice. Yeah. Oh, here's one. Single cuts for I guess things that will.
Definitely. Like those, like the big coffee table ones where they make that upper horn go all the way up to like the 7th fret.
Mm-hmm.
What's that one Ibanez single cut that looks like a silhouette of an elephant?
Yeah, there you go. Right there, that's even the right color.
Like I don't think the sound gear looks bad. The sound gear Ibanez sound gear. Let's see, this one. I think this looks better than the BTB, but also kind of just looks like a bean that needs that.
Yeah, it does nothing.
Yeah. So that's a good one, Zach. Zach's on fire today.
Yeah, single cuts. That'll definitely be a thing of the past.
That moment is kind of come and gone, yeah.
I haven't seen anybody play a single cut in a long time.
Yeah.
Wait, you got the Jackson?
The Jackson?
Spectrum?
That's not a single
talking to Lobster. He has my Jackson. That's a single cut.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's a neck through. It's not single cut.
Hold on. You're right. I would draw my inference.
What else we got up here? Thundercat is cool. Thundercat is cool. The Gary Willis bass.
Ooh, my bass teacher has that one.
There's a few different models now.
The weird tuners always like
those
the
are
triple,
chunky.
The triple. I don't even know how to.
Yeah, look at those.
Triple spoke
find a better
tuner.
picture.
They sound good though. Those sound really good.
I don't feel any type of way about it.
It's a very basic thing.
It saves space for sure.
The ramp.
Well, he was. That's a craze that might go away.
I was just gonna say, I think the ramp thing is kind of weird. Like people putting like aftermarket ramps on stuff. I'm just like, what are you doing?
I've never played a bass. That's the only bass I've ever played that had one. It's the Gary Willis.
Did you like it?
I didn't use it because where I play typically was over the pickup, where the pickup was, so I didn't really have an opinion on it.
Oh, Vlad, the Ibanez AFR. I think the reissues in the future are definitely going to be somewhat sought after because the originals, I mean, those are unobtainium. Only was it 900 or so in existence.
I remember when I was coming up, I wanted one of those so bad. Then you sent me yours, and I was like, glad I never bought one.
Yep, they're cool, but they're just like you play it, and the play is really nice, and it sounds okay, and just like there's no situation where I'm going to use this.
You may as well don't even bother changing strings on it. My God,
that bad, huh?
It's not bad. It's just like.
It's just
for how it looks, it just doesn't really sound that inspiring.
Yeah, it's the scenic route to a functional bass.
I loved the design.
God, dog, man.
The scenic route to a functional.
Jeez,
that's poetry right there. That's
that was an upper level diss, man.
I guess because we're on the topic of weird Ibanez's. How about I reviewed this one?
Another company that that is awesome at taking risks. I love that Ibanez tries stuff.
The Ashula, the SRAS 7.
Oh god.
Here.
Oh, that thing. Holy crap.
So weird to play. Actually painful after a while if you're trying to play the fretless.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, my wrist.
It's a gimmick.
I kind of would have thought that they would have swapped them because when
Right.
you're playing fretless, wouldn't you want to be doing that in the upper register?
The
I would think it
original.
would be easier on the.
There was a
treble
white
side.
one too, wasn't there?
This is the original one that had the fretless on the bottom and it was a 6-string.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Had that weird
bridge
like
pickup.
split coil thing. That's the one.
So you get like the
Huh.
70s jazz bridge pickup for the fretless bit. As in
What are the
fretted bit, you
strings?
get
What
60s.
are the strings on there?
EADG DG, and
Oh,
the
so you
7th
just-
string was ADG EADG.
Just
That
play-
would
let's play
break my
fretless.
brain trying to figure that out.
What's that custom 2-pick? What's that? The double pickup one up there with the red.
This. Oh, that looks like a aftermarket job where they just took.
It looked like they took like a 506.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a.
They look like they took a 506 and then changed out it to single bridge pieces, and then I don't know, man. What the hell?
I don't know what they did to
So I don't remember if you ever talked about that, but like that edge on the fret when you're playing the fretless, I don't know, that feels like it wouldn't be very comfortable.
Well, with this one, it's on the other side, so you don't really notice as much.
How do you
it
chord
messes
when
with
it's
your
that
brain?
thick a neck? How do you chord when it's that thick a neck, though? I guess you're not.
How do you
So
what?
You'll have to have the power
Chord.
pod and anime.
Yeah,
it. Just play a damn fretless if you want to play fret. Like
right.
it's not that serious. Like
This bass is just like either shit or get off the pot personified.
well, I agree with half that statement.
Oh, the Jackson.
The
The
Jack and
Jackenbacher? Yeah.
I was actually working on editing the mod video. That bass is already long gone, but I still have the video to edit it. I did a dark glass preamp and the Geezer Butler PJ set.
I don't see that being in terms of the topic of the video. I don't see that being a classic.
Did y'all already talk about the Geddy Lee?
The Fender Geddy Lee?
Yeah.
So,
That's a good one. That's a solid one.
Yes, but the Japanese ones or the American ones.
But I mean, what we're just as a whole. I mean, look at the way they sell and stuff. Like, yeah, that'll be looked at as a classic. Definitely the Japanese one. Same with the Marcus Miller.
Oh yeah, any
But I
Fender
really think
Marcus
all
or
of them-
Geddy will sell.
Yeah, I think all of them will be like the Mexicans will always be worth less than the Japanese ones, but I think they'll both be collector's items or whatever you want to call it. I had the 5-string Marcus Miller. I should have held on to that one. Those go for big money now.
Oh, they're American. The 5 strings.
Yeah.
Ergodyne basses. These are not going to be classics, but I think
Those things stink.
they literally stink. They smell like
they-
wet paint and gasoline. And so they were made. The body was made of luthite, a synthetic material. They had 3 models, and I thought they were cool. There was like you had your futuristic, you had the Affirma, the EDA, Ibanez EDA. But so it's like the Affirma that we just saw. But
That's the one that's in the background of your profile picture.
that in the background is the reissue, is the AFR 5.
Oh, okay,
This is from the mid 2000s. This is before that.
That definitely looks like you would have seen it playing like Eiffel 65 or something.
Yep. So the EDA was the Affirma style ergodyne, and then you had the EDB, which was like a jazz bass style with soap bars.
Yeah.
This is the one. This was my third bass ever. Oh,
Yeah, those
memories.
things they always stunk. Like they always had a weird smell.
I've seen that one in person.
Like,
Very
did they not seal the paint
bulbous.
or something?
Wasn't there one that was like it was almost like a burly finish look like
Yep.
that they did.
Sure. Yeah, but it wasn't real wood.
So yeah, there was one that was like, wait, maybe I'm thinking of the Kerbos because they were made out of lucite.
Yeah,
too.
the Kerbos had the more woody style.
Yeah.
One.
That could be a weird collector bass someday.
Oh, that's actually. Well, let me show the EDC real quick. This was like the Stingray one, and they had a two pickup one, but they also had a single pickup one that had the ATK pickup.
That kind of reminds me of the bongo too.
Yeah.
How the actual knobs are like sunk in.
Mm-hmm.
That don't look too bad, man.
Yeah, honestly, of all the three, I think the EDC is the most attractive. But Chris, that's a great one. The Court Kerbo. Another one from the was it in 2000s? Also had the synthetic body. These are super compact, but
Some of them had piezo's.
Oh, I totally played one of these. I do remember these.
Some of them had piezos too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the slap switch, I don't remember what. I guess that probably just scooped out mids.
Oh my god. Just tell me what the switch does. I hate those cutesy names for shit. The slap switch, the finger
Slap
style
mode.
switch. No, tell me what it does to the frequencies.
Engage the power bucker. Shout out to you, Ibanez. SR300.
What was the Ibanez bass that had like the little sticker on the knob that just
204, 205, the 200 series.
Yeah.
That was like,
It had like the boom or the pow or whatever.
Yeah.
like the old Batman show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Thwonk.
Thwonk. Is that the sound that the thrust rod makes?
Yes.
Oh my god! Dang it!
The Parkers.
Hey, did y'all get a chance? Did y'all talk about the Yamaha?
The TRB. I hit the TRB. Yeah.
Parkers.
Gone
You know
too
why you don't
soon,
see
I
them
think.
anymore? Because they're all broken.
Yep.
This is broken on all of them now. These don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I never see anybody playing the basses. I still see the guitars a lot, but not the basses.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen one dude playing one in Pittsburgh once.
Quick poll for everybody. Which is the more fragile headstock? The Gibson Les Paul headstock or this?
Probably this.
Or the Ibanez Blackhawk or whatever that thing was called. That headstock always broke.
I haven't seen this one shaking with a suction cup yet, but I'm gonna assume.
Oh man. Oh, here's an interesting one for a future classic: the Nordstrand Asenanix, the cat bass. Now,
Yeah.
I did pan that on my initial review, and I do want to revisit it.
You didn't like it?
No.
I thought that for like a $900 bass, it didn't really seem like a $900 bass. Like zero shield, like so many people on the forums were like, "Oh, I just had to open it up and shield it, and it was fine." It's like
That should just
exactly for a and like the buttons versus like just having a tone knob and like
Yeah, that was the complaint that I heard from more people than not. The buttons feel like a freaking 1960s tape recorder or some stuff like that.
Well, it's hard to say, like,
That's
how
part of
can
the
you call that one a classic when it's based off of an old
Vintage
design?
stuff.
Well, the
Yeah.
vintage one was awful, as I understand it.
Well, I mean, so yeah, but I stopped myself. But yeah, the Aerodyne, that'll definitely be. I don't know if they'll ever stop making it because it still sells like crazy.
and it's still made in
people
Japan,
love
right?
these.
I don't know that part. I don't know if they're still made in Japan.
They still have Japanese-made ones.
They never did it for me. Like I've played a few. All the ones I played had really noisy electronics. It's PJ. It's nice space.
Yeah, that was always kind of my reaction too. It's like, that's fine.
Yeah, I've never. The look doesn't do it for me, and I never liked the way one played enough to buy it.
The bodies were pretty thin.
Well, that's the appeal, is that they're super light.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're just noisy electronics and just pretty bland looking. I never played one that blew my socks off.
All right, what's your thoughts on the Schecter Stiletto series?
Oh man, I remember that. I have fond memories of that bass. That was my first 5-string. Was the amber one with the gold hardware that pitted as soon as you looked at it.
Yeah.
That thing was so heavy, and I bought that in college, and that thing was so heavy, and I used to walk clear across campus with it in a hard shell case, and I'd be so sore by the time I got to the place where I would rehearse.
I could honestly see like the Stilettos being like a sought after bass in the future.
I don't know, because there's so many designs that are exactly like it. I mean, it's just there's so many of those like just soap bar basses. Like I think that one might be a little bit better in some ways, but it just
the body on them is a little bit more unique than most, and I like totally get like dual humbuckers and whatever, like kind of a thing. But like everybody that I've ever heard of that has owned one of those likes them.
I traded that for the G&L that I ended up using for a long time.
Only reason why I don't have mine is because it got stolen. So that's the only reason why I don't have mine.
Knock on wood, never had a bass stolen, and that would be enraging.
Yeah.
You guys remember the Epiphone EB3 and Les Paul 5-string basses?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I remember those.
I'll say it again. I just don't think Gibson does a good 5-string. It just looks weird.
No.
It just
the Les Paul was even weirder. Epiphone, Les Paul.
I didn't know they did a Les Paul. I did not know they did a Les Paul.
Would I play that?
Hideous. The SG looks a little bit better than the Les Paul.
If you had to ask, the answer is no.
I don't think I play that. But that top left one actually looks pretty good.
The black one?
No, yeah, the black top left. That right there. That actually looks okay.
Yeah, I bet that Tune-O-Matic bridge does a great job.
Yeah, I bet it does too.
Name a more iconic duo than Gibson and shitty bridges.
Oh man. What else you got?
Justin and those red suspenders from PBS.
Guys,
hey.
we're not going to get the Gibson sponsorship, I don't think.
Right there. The Schecter XXL.
What?
What is that? It's a guitar.
Said it had strippers on the neck.
What?
Shut up.
No, that's just their numbers.
Stripper inlay. There we go.
What?
There you go.
Are you for real?
That just screams late 90s misogyny.
Dude, you've already got the ladies on the mud flaps. Then you just got to take it one step further, man.
Doesn't Kid Rock play one of these?
Yes.
I would not be surprised.
That's
All it needs is like the Schecter Budweiser cross promotion.
It comes with a button down button down Budweiser Hawaiian shirt.
There you go.
I thought it came with an Affliction shirt or Ed Hardy shirt.
Yeah. Ed Hardy, Von Dutch.
Rip jeans, Ed Hardy, a tub of hair gel, and
shades.
And a police record.
Shades. Don't forget the Jersey Shore shades.
Yeah, you got to wear them on the back of your head, though.
What type of douches do you know?
Only the finest douches.
I'm gonna message you, Bully, because I don't want to say it.
So
all right, trade. I'll show you. I'll tag mine. You tag yours.
We're approaching 2 hours and 15 minutes here, and I'm thinking we should wrap it up. And I think to close out this live stream, I think each one of us should pick one bass currently in production right now that you think is your choice for one that's going to be a classic in 20 years from now.
Okay.
And let's start with Bully. You want to go first?
No.
Okay.
Switch a screen.
Let's see.
Okay.
I just sold it on you anyways. So
Okay. So one bass I think is going to be a classic 20 years from now, right?
20 years from now. That's currently being made.
It's currently being made.
That will be maybe a cult classic.
I'm going to say Dingwall, Adam Nitty.
Oh, the Adam Nolly, the Get
There you go.
Good, the NG3.
Nolly.
I think that NG3. I think it is because it's niche. It's very you use it for what you use it for, but it does other stuff very well as well. So I feel like 20 years from now, prog metal isn't going to go nowhere. So it's still going to be a thing, and it might end up being like what the Epiphone Thunderbird was to rock music. It might be that to prog metal.
That's a really great observation, and I think that in 20 years from now, it'll definitely speak to the build quality of that Combustion series, because people are like, oh, they're made in China, but like they're really nice basses. They play so nicely. The QC is done in Canada, and like I just love how mine plays. So that's a great choice, Bully. Good one. Next up, Chris. What do you think is going to be a bass that's going to be a cult classic in 20 years?
So we're talking a cult classic.
That's currently being made.
That's currently being made. So it's hard to pick just one. I'm gonna go with the Reverend basses, like the whole.
Pick one.
Damn it. That's a good.
I'm gonna say the Dub King.
Dub King.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's a good one.
A close second would be the Lakeland Hollow Body 30. I think those are going to be those basses where like they I don't know how they sell right now, but I think it's one day that's going to be one that people look back on. Those are going to be two that people look back on fondly.
I'm so upset you used Reverend. Like I'm upset. Like I was like, hey, you said Reverend. I was like, son of a. It was right there. It was NAMM last year.
If you're up.
Okay, so can I say two?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one that I do think the first one that I do think I don't think it's going to do well in like the short term, but I think long term people will like track these down. I think the Joe Dart 2. I think the Joe Dart 2 is going to be one that people are really anxious to get in the future, but I don't think it will do well now.
I agree with you. As the owner of one, I agree, and I've been closely following the secondhand market for them, and I saw that initially, people are trying to scalp them for like $5,000, but you see unlike the initial launch of the Joe Dart, where the prices kind of stayed pretty high, they're starting to drop a bit, and I think that they're going to be one of those gems that, like, just like the Caprice and the Cutlass and the Sabre Classic and stuff, underappreciated at the time of production, but 10, 20 years down the line are definitely going to be a cultivated gem, which will go for high dollar on the secondhand market.
Yep. Yeah, Joe Dart's just starting out his career. I think he's going to go on to do really great things, and that will keep his bases in people's minds for sure.
Tom Devine says that not the zero control ones, the short scale ones. I agree. that one was kind of just like, oh, okay, we get it.
Yeah, it was a fun novelty. The second
I actually like it though. Like I like it because all I do is slap anyway, so I really don't. Oh,
Yep.
That might be my NAMM purchase, dude.
He's gonna.
Are they going to be there?
I might be
Are they going to be
biased,
there?
but
I don't know, but if they are, they might sell a bass.
Hey, Amp, is Sarah going to be at NAMM?
I have no idea.
He won't be there. I talked to Jake.
He's
he
not.
Won't be there.
Okay.
Who is this?
Oh, so you just call them up, huh?
Yeah.
Lobster's got all the hookups, man.
I make my eyes small at you.
Do 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 do.
All right,
So
Lobster, what you got?
my choice is an interesting one, and we didn't even talk about this one at all. Bully came a little bit close in one of his, but I'm going to say the Sire M5 and M7, the M series. And I say that because it has like solid construction, it has that modern shape, but you have the flexibility of the pickup switching. And all that is like, that's not new technology. I mean, series parallel has been around for decades, but just the implementation of the electronics, the feel, they're kind of, it's like a weird hybrid between a Federa and an MTD in many ways, but also at a budget tier, where they've incorporated a lot of the features of both of those basses and mushed it together into something that I think, like currently, the M series is, I don't think it's as popular as the V series and the P series, especially the new V5 and P5.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like selling like hotcakes, where I think, the M series isn't as appreciated. And I think that in the future, a bass like that that's super flexible is definitely going to be one to look out for.
Man, I said this. If they came out with a 6-string M2, I'd buy that bad boy in white just to complete my set. That's legit. Like, I don't want to get the big boy with the triple, like it's like 4 different switches for series parallel split. I don't want, that's too many options. It's already tough enough trying to just do the regular stuff. So if they made a M2 in a 6-string, sign me up, man. I'm on that thing.
I still have yet to even. No, wait. I did play one Sire one time. Like I sat in. I sat in with a band to play. I don't even remember what song we played, and I did not like that bass.
I didn't like the first one I played either. But
did you slap it?
Will's changed my mind on Sire.
And
I didn't mean to let
the
you
bass player off your name. You played a Sire and you didn't slap it, and then you had a negative opinion about it.
No,
it's literally a slapstick.
No, I think the guy just he had it set up so weird. Like it was just way too low everywhere. I don't know. Too many knobs on it.
Just a side note. I've always found it interesting, like how some people just can have like totally whack setups, and like I know it's a very deeply personal thing how you set up your bass, but like sometimes like I'll get I know there's temperature changes and stuff, but like sometimes I'll get a bass and I'll just be like, well, what the fuck? How can anybody play this? Either the strings will be like way high or just like, Chris, I'm going to call you out. You have the lowest action.
You're just jealous.
The strings are on the fucking reds.
I thought he was gonna call me out because I do low action too. I thought he was gonna get me, but
4 to 5 64ths at the 12th fret is what I do.
He's got it dialed in. He knows what he likes.
The bass can't get it; it goes away.
I have a special thin sheet of titanium that is 1 micron thick, and I have to make sure I can only just barely get it underneath the string.
Because otherwise it's too hard to play, and you can't diddly-dee correctly.
Unplayable.
Right.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny, man. Lobster, I thought you was gonna come for me. So it's a nice turn of events that he goes for Chris. All right, cool.
Bully, honestly, I feel like you and I have pretty similar setup preferences.
No,
Like,
I don't want, like, for how I slap. I'm more bombastic, right? So I'm moving, right? So I needed to be closer to the fretboard so I could hit the fretboard and come back up to get the next strike in. So I played a bass that was set up and the strings were like way away from the fretboard, and my hands got tired like quick, dude. Now it slapped, it sounded great, brand new strings on a it was Dunlop Super Brights, and they had it on a I think it was a Schecter P, or maybe it was a Mitchell P bass. It was just in the studio. So I changed the strings out, and it was like, yeah, you about to catch this L. So, but the setup on it, it was, that neck had to be like this. And I was like, God, it's not mine. I don't care. I'll just slap it and put it down.
sometimes you see like videos of like other people. Like it's like on Reddit, like, when people are like, check out my technique, or like, check out, I just learned the song. It's like, oh great, you learned the song, and then you see like them pressing down the string, and you just see how far like the shadow travels. You're like,
The only thing that's better than that is the top-down photos. Like they just had it in their lap, and they're like, I wonder what Reddit thinks of my setup here. And they take a picture of it, and you could like drive your car through the gap there. And it's like, whoa. How did you get anywhere with? No wonder you're having such a hard time. Jesus Christ!
Poor unfortunate soul. I've
Like you can just fully stick your hand all the way through there, like under the strings. Like
that's how you fret it. You have to reach under the strings and then go around.
that's the 2022 pro strat right there.
So you can mute the string underneath with your bicep, and you're just like,
Yeah, there you go.
You're just sliding the arm along.
You got to use the fleshy part of your bicep.
Yeah.
That's the new palm muting technique.
palm muting.
Yeah.
What is this?
I want arm muting.
I just use wood clamps. I just have 5. I just move them around.
I like our good friend Sir Ascot. I tune all the strings slack so they don't hurt my fingers. That makes so much sense. Why doesn't everybody do that?
Works for Fieldy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like the third time you slandered corn in my presence. Stop it.
Wait, you're defending corn? I would never have thought in a million years you'd be a corn dude.
I loved them in middle school. But
I mean,
I'm not gonna sit here and act like.
But you got to understand, I took a turn, man. I was goth for like, or at least punk for like 3 years. No doubt, swung around with spider webs.
Yeah, it's called a mistake, man. We all made it.
So. Quit laughing so loud, Amp. You look like you in a punk band. Don't do that. Yeah, man.
See you next week, boy.
I don't like your energy, Chris.
See you next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you next week, and I'll be loaded too. Don't you worry. I'll be locked and loaded. I'll be locked and loaded.
Jeez.
Cool.
Oh, well, it is getting late, gents. It's actually just about midnight over here. So thank you all for joining us, and big thank you to Amp, Bully ThaKidd, Chris Volpini, and all of you out there who gave some excellent suggestions for what you thought would be future classic basses. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream, and be sure to check us out next week when we are at the NAMM show in Anaheim, California. We're all going to be there. We're going to be having a great time, and we hope to see you all there digitally as well, or in person. If you see us, the tall folks with the pajama pants and stuff, I don't know.
I will absolutely be there to take a picture of you and Lobster. That's
I'll never forget the time at Last Name show where I'm like Victor Wooten's there and I'm just standing there like fanboy, like, "Hi Victor, I'm waiting to talk to you." He's talking to someone else and just like standing there awkwardly, and someone else is standing there awkwardly waiting to talk to me. I'm like, this is the weirdest.
Are you serious? That happened?
Yeah, that was that kid. It was that
He's like, "Oh, I saw your review on the Ibanez ATK, and I bought the Ibanez ATK, and it was awesome." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! Hi, Victor Wooten."
Freaking
Victor was
inception.
polite, but he wanted to go.
Oh, good times. Maybe we'll see him again.
I just hope it's not a bust, man. Like, it seems like a lot of companies aren't going.
True, but
They said there's supposed to be over 3,500 vendors or products.
Hopefully, it's not 3,500 SG guy.
No, actually, I hope it is. So then we can catch
some good content
on YouTube.
We'll be filming this time.
Yeah, we'll be there to
I'm
witness the
I'm
dumpster
filming
fire
it
in
all.
real time.
That guy centered his entire company around that shitty.
Also,
Man.
I'm pretty sure Gretsch is going to be there. We'll have to swing by Gresch's booth.
Oh, I want to be there. When
Bring
you
that
walk into
paper.
booth.
Bring that paper. Just
No,
start.
bring that bass.
Yeah.
Bring your
No,
Gretsch.
no. Just bring the paper and pull up on them. Like, hey, did y'all know this? Floop.
Be like, I saw this guy on YouTube do it.
I think I still have the pickup that I yanked out and ripped up somewhere. I'll just be like, "Hey, here you go. Let's play Count the Coils."
Whatever, man. Those are stacked concentric. Dude, they're gonna serve you papers they're gonna serve you papers at NAMM. That's what's gonna happen. The class action's coming.
Gretsch is going to have a restraining order on Lobster. You cannot come within 250 feet of a short scale.
Those bigwig fender lawyers are going to have their day. You dumb mother bucker.
Oh, man.
We're gonna go to the Gretsch booth and say hi, and they're just gonna punch Will in the face.
Oh, I gotta bring these and be like, "What's up, mother buckers? Where's the hum at?"
Where the hum be at?
This is so I know we're about to end this thing and get it over with. Do you think they're gonna? Do you remember what they talked about last year, Will, Chris?
Oh yeah,
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
If they do it, it's gonna be epic.
Well, that's the thing is, are they gonna have the vendors to do it?
yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because a lot of the big names aren't even going to be there. G&L, I mean, we're visiting them, but they're not going to be at the show. They're like 10 minutes up the road, so we're just going to go there.
Really? Wow.
They're like really close. Like,
And I know
really
that,
close.
but I would have thought they would have been there. Like, I guess, what? No, like I would have.
A lot of companies are just taking stuff, like going and just saying, "Hey, come to us and like hang out."
Man, it's kind of messed up. I really want to go because slap stuff, but y'all are going before I get there, and I'm like, oh, dang it. Amp, you gonna be there with Lobster?
I'm missing the G&L visit.
You guys
too,
are coming at the same
unfortunately.
time.
Chris?
I'm
You gonna be
going
there?
same time as well.
Well,
What is
Lobster is the problem. Reschedule it.
Lobster exclusive.
It's BS, man. Those bases deserve to get slapped repeatedly.
I mean, they
Well,
will.
they
It's not
just,
by you.
There can be only one.
Well, two at
Wow.
least.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Also, that theme song was one of the hardest theme songs of my childhood. Highlander?
Oh
Isn't that Queen?
yeah, that song kicks. Princes of the Universe.
I'll have to check that out. I don't have any idea what that even is.
Are you serious?
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite Queen songs.
Oh,
Bruh, I grew up on a farm in Idaho. We barely had TV.
Touche.
You're serious?
Yeah.
What city are you from?
It is a town called Mud Lake, Idaho, and you can look this up. It is population 350, and that is my stomping grounds. We don't need to
high
do
school
this.
class was bigger
Mud
than
Lake,
that.
huh? That sounds a little
I know.
touristy to me.
Yeah, my high school graduating class was exactly 50 people.
Man.
2010 demographics. Sorry.
So you can go there and say hi to my parents. I guess they're still there. It's a real hot spot for
Mud?
potatoes
Ah.
grown in mud.
Your parents make up 1% of the population.
They sure do. They are the 1%.
They are the 1%.
The median income for a household in the city is $28,000.
That tracks.
Sheesh. So what you're saying is, if I had $1 million, I'm a freaking king.
You'd be a millionaire.
You are a fat cat in Mud Lake dollars.
If I had $1 million,
Here, like $1 million, you get this shack, and you better like it.
Yeah.
It caught fire once and like mostly didn't burn down, but it's fine. Still
much.
passes code.
This is pretty
Oh,
crazy, man.
And property taxes, yeah, you're screwed. On that
If I got
shack.
$1 million, I'm moving to Mud Lake, and I don't really care because I can survive off
Me and my bases
$30,000.
moving to Mud Lake. My bases will be
Like
10% of the population.
That's right.
You could corner that market on the music scene for the
Yeah,
one.
literally. I would just
The
build
Potato
an
Harvest
amphitheater.
Festival?
I just
You could
build an
headline that.
amphitheater and then just run it. Yeah.
You could headline the Mud Lake Potato Harvest Festival every year.
I visited the potato museum when I was in Idaho.
That must suck. How?
Did you really get to the root of it?
Oh,
Hey.
damn.
That's no
missed
skin
it.
off my nose, am I right?
I had to keep my eyes peeled.
Oh, damn it. I don't have any potato puns.
You just got to get them all in a row because potatoes are grown in rows.
Yes.
Anyways, I think it is time to call it. Thank you all for coming. Until we groove again, and again, be sure to check us all out next week at the NAMM show. And goodbye.